Get VPS up here. Boom. Boom. I don't think that's the right one. Don't follow that link that I just dropped. I don't think that's right. That's something else. Follow the second link. Bigfoot, I see you. John Neal. Santo Fuerte, 500. Mark Witkowski. With some wisdom, coming through with the wisdom. GT Gibbs, what up? John Neal, I see you. Strange. 410. Bigfoot. Lumberjack. VPS, Johnny Cab. See. All in. If I missed anybody, let me get my headphones so we're not vibrating, reverberating throughout the ages.
First of all, if anybody missed Conrad right now, bro, I'm impressed. That dude's got story.
And, you know, I talked to him. I've known him for years. I've known about him for years throughout prison and whatnot, but we never ran into each other. But we knew who each other was, you know what I mean? And so it all kind of came full circle now. And I told him the same thing. I said, my homie, I said, from what I've listened to you say, all you got to do is put your phone up, just set it up, and just go live and talk, homie, and just tell your stories, and you'll be fine. Because he's like me. He's got stories for days because he lived it for so long.
Listen, he could have taken just getting into it with his girl and her breaking his arm, and that could have been a whole half-hour story by itself. And he just glazed by it. And he's just like, yo, all this craziness happening in this. I'm like, all that craziness is literally its own little story in itself, bro. Like, you have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I told him the same thing. I think I got him talked into it. We'll see. I told him, I said, it ain't that much work. You ain't got to do nothing. A little $10 tripod and your little phone, and just set it up.
Listen, I've gained 17,500 subscribers and probably make, I don't know, $3,500 to $5,000 a month. And I still only use my phone. And, you know, like this stuff I bought and stuff like that with it, you know, and my brother bought me a chair and I got a light, and that's about that, you know.
Santa Muerte, Conrad is actually an OG Northsider from here in Denver. He's from a hood called Northside Criminal, which is an old Northside gang that actually came from a gang called Chicano United Zoot Suits, which was a Zoot Suit gang in the 70s.
Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah, that was their big homies were wearing zoot suits and stuff like that. These are is an original Northside gang from Denver, and I just right before this started on Culture War Vultures, I released it on my original channel Gangish. That's where I chronicle all the gang stuff is on my channel Gangish, um, so I'm trying to get the homeboy to I'm trying to get the homeboy to start his own channel because he been through a lot. Homie been through a lot, you know.
I mean, what I'm doing with the MC world is exactly what you're doing with the whole Colorado. You're getting the top of the top of the food chain of people in that life, and they're coming over there, and they're talking to you, they're trusting you to tell their story. That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, it's dope.
All right,
It's dope. So
let's get into it. You ready for that intro? Let's try this one out.
yeah.
Welcome back to Culture War Vultures, where we talk about everything stupid and woke in this world. We start to pick apart everything, and today's a banger for us. I'm VPS from Vegas Profile Stories, and as always, this is my dude Gangish from Gangish.
On YouTube, Gangish on YouTube. Find me on YouTube.
So today we got Harley.
Harley Davidson. It's an American
Harley?
icon.
Not for long. Bud Light was an American icon also.
Was it really though,
Yeah.
or was it just an American conglomerate? Right?
Oh,
Because
no.
it was really German anyway. Right?
It was built by a German in America.
Okay. There's a lot of-
Anheuser-Busch is in the middle of America.
Okay.
If you've ever been to St. Louis.
Yeah. It was kind of dusty.
Dusty.
The city was kind of dusty.
Oh. Yeah.
But I was able to park for like 10 minutes downtown for $1. You just put in however much you're going to stay. That's amazing. I just wanted to go see the arch. So I put in like $3. We stayed for like 20 minutes or something like that.
That's such garbage that they charge people.
Are you kidding? It costs $20 to park downtown here.
So I'm not going there anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It can be upwards of that if you don't have a space, if you don't have something worked out. But that's why they have just mass transit everywhere here. But yeah, it's punishing. Traffic is punishing. So, Harley. What's the matter with Harley?
So at first we saw they started to jump on and almost bail out Bud Light, right? Doing their Harley edition can, which is fine. It's a terrible time to do it, obviously, with all the stuff that we just went through with Dylan Mulvaney. And now they threw that in there, and now they're talking going woke with electric motorcycles. They are going to do away with the gasoline engine, which is eventual.
Sure.
But they're doing everything they can because they care about this social score that you've been telling us all about.
ESG score, yes.
Right. So they're greenhouse friendly, they're LGBTQ friendly, they're this friendly, It looked to me like maybe Harley Davidson owns a little bit of stock in Anheuser, in InBev.
You think
Because they came to the rescue right away. Like,
think so?
Let us help you. Let us bail you out of this woke catastrophe.
Okay, so you think that Harley Davidson is acting as a shield?
Yeah, I think what they're doing is actually probably criminal.
Now, I would say, would you think that it would work? You think that'll work?
I think it's all going to glaze itself over in 6 months from now. The people that were drinking Bud Light that said that they never would are going to join the people that said that they would move to Canada when Trump became president. It's just they're going to push it off to the side and say, "Oh, forget it ever happened," and they'll be drinking their Bud Lights. And
well, okay, so here's the thing: there's not a whole lot of makers of motorcycles, right? What? How many is there? There's 10, 12, maybe 15. I mean, I know there's more, but whenever you get to being super random, but there's about 10 or 15 big ones, right?
I wouldn't even put that many.
No,
I'd say Honda, Yamaha,
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki,
Yeah.
Harley, Indian, which is not American anymore, is Polaris. You know, there's probably about 8, 9. And I mean, what do you even, what do you do? We don't have an American comp. We don't even have an American comp anymore. And people like Gary in the comments, who has been a really, really good friend to me, he's like, you need to own Harley, only buy American, don't be buying the Japanese stuff, even though I'm looking at a Vulcan. And he's like, no, it's got to be American. I said, well, Indian. He says, no, that's Polaris. Well, now Harley's pulling all this woke crap, and it just makes me not want to spend double the money on a bike.
You know, and that's the thing, is I got to be honest. I feel like Harley has exploited their relationship, their patriotic relationship with the people in the United States, to produce bikes that look, maybe they look good, but let's be honest, Harley's rattled themselves apart. There's a reason that bikers are always working on their bikes, right? You don't see Hondas on the side of the road being worked on. Real talk.
For that matter, you know, the cop bikes, the BMW ones, those bikes are said to last forever before you really need to get in there and start tearing it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, you want to stick to national pride, but these national companies just keep stepping in these piles of crap. And it's hard to.
Like they've been charging this premium. Yeah. I feel like they've been charging this premium for all these years. It was exploitative. It was $50 for a gas cap, right? It's $45, $50 for a gas cap or something like that. They've been doing it for all these years, and they've been standing on the flag doing it. And they were able to do it because of the motorcycle clubs, because of the glitz, because of the glamour, because of America, you know what I mean? Because of veterans, because of all these things. And they've chosen to alienate all that. It's really weird.
Yeah, and it super sucks, because I basically tied myself down to saying, okay, my next bike is going to be a Harley. And then stuff like this starts to come out, and it's like, it took a lot of conversations for me to even come to the conclusion of buying an American bike, because I'd always wanted an Indian anyway. You know, and, I mean, they're an American idea brought on by a foreigner, but
well, they were American initially, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then went bankrupt.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So
a few times.
So Harley's been struggling, anyway, just with the whole economic downturn. They haven't been doing great. What do you think this does to the stock price?
I mean, do you see Harley being a big player in the stock market anyway? I don't think it'll affect it nearly as much as it has Bud Light or InBev or these other companies. What's Harley stock going for? Does anybody know right off the top of their head? I would guess.
I'm gonna look right now. Okay.
Probably in the $15 range, $20 range.
33.
33?
Yeah, it's at $32.97. It's actually up a tiny bit today. Let's see the last 5 days. Harley stock ain't suffering at all.
Right.
Over the last month, over the last month it's down 10%.
Okay,
yeah,
and that
hurts. That hurts.
That's when they started talking about the electric vehicles and the, you know, if you're buying a Harley right now and they're talking about phasing out basically the machine that they're trying to sell you right now in the next 10 years, what's the point in buying that machine?
Exactly. So the stock is currently at $32.97. It has a market cap of $4.74 billion, and it lost 10% in the last month, which means it lost 10% of that, $4.74 billion, or somewhere in that range, right?
470 million, almost half of.
Yeah, in a month.
Yeah. Wow.
In a month, 10% of its price in a month. Now it seems to have bottomed, or on the 5-day. On the 5-day, it's even up a little bit. It looks like it's on an upward trend. But yeah, so maybe perhaps it took its hit and it's moved on.
Perhaps. It's like I said, I don't see it being near what InBev was. I,
But see, InBev has now had the sales come in, and they know that the sales are down, 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 and we get reports, and then these pictures start coming back of Bud Light not selling, Bud Light not selling, Bud Light. You know what I mean? That keeps happening.
right.
And that keeps driving down the stock, and then they actually got an earnings projection, and the earnings projection was down. That pushed. Then that makes the investors leave.
I look at Harley like it's a t-shirt company that sells motorcycles. And
Why?
that's the truth.
Why you say that?
I think most of the money that I think Harley makes most of its money off of swag, off of t-shirts, mugs, things like that.
$300 hoodies.
Yes.
They do charge a premium for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's out of control.
Yeah.
And there's a Harley Davidson shop in every city. And there's somebody out there that needs a t-shirt from every Harley.
They make good clothes, man.
I mean, they make
It's not
decent.
a $300. It's not a $300 hoodie, but it's a good hoodie. They
Yeah.
make a good hoodie.
Right. It's $100 hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why Harley is at $33 right now. That's not from selling motorcycles.
So what do you think? They're gonna just continue what they're doing, or what? What? Who can step in, or will somebody step in? Because in a lot of these situations so far, people have stepped in, right? But it's always been for small things. It was like with the Jeremy's razors or whatever. Well, okay, so Ben Shapiro provides news, conservative news, alternative news, things of this nature. Different people are offering alternatives to different things. There's even an alternative to PayPal. Give, send, go. The Christian alternative to PayPal, right? Or no, the Christian alternative to GoFundMe, so you don't have to deal with GoFundMe.
Right.
Right. So people are building what they call the parallel economy. I've heard about it several times. They call it the parallel economy, and it's people doing business with each other outside of the standard framework.
Yeah, but Harley is allowed to do this because they have zero competition in the country. And it's America. Like you said, they stand on the flag and they say, buy American or else you're not, you don't have any national pride.
If I was Japan, I'd find a way to start to build some over here. I'd give it an American name and start making them everything built here, and then
just call it American Motorcycle Company.
Yeah, and run it from over there. I just run it hands off from over there, and make choppers. Make nothing but choppers that are super reliable.
Exactly, exactly. But I don't want to see Harley go out of business. I just want these companies to stop alienating people in my demographic, basically, over the woke mob.
It's not even that, though. Nobody's coming for them. They're doing it on purpose. From what I can tell, these companies are doing it on purpose. They're doing it voluntarily, which makes me wonder why. That's why I keep wondering why. Why are they volunteering to do this? Why are they standing up whenever they just saw what happened to Bud Light? They're standing up. I have to believe they're doing it so they get lost in the crowd.
I mean, being a trendsetter is not getting lost in the crowd. That's for sure. Like, nobody is going to take a hit harder than InBev did for being the first ones to come out and just, it's like Nike with Colin Kaepernick. They jumped ahead of the BLM movement. You know, we stand with Colin, and that's a whole issue in itself. You know, that's a whole issue for a different time, because I will go into that on a tangent. But they're the first ones to jump on this transformer movement, and it's going to cost them. It's going to cost
Nike?
them. No, Bud Light, InBev.
They say Bud Light makes up 1% of their portfolio. So even if it goes belly up,
they could have just done it with Budweiser.
It might still. You know what I mean? It's
it's going to continue to happen until we push back.
The ESG score thing. They're going to continue to push that no matter what. They're going to continue to push for everything to be electrified. They're going to, and this is so stupid. That's what's so stupid about the situation, is because they're not even thinking about the facts. Where the hell are you going to get the raw minerals? Where are you going to get the raw minerals to make all these batteries?
That are very precious minerals.
Yeah, and what happens whenever there's a toxic battery, a huge toxic battery, attached to every wrecked car? Every time a car gets smacked on the street, every time there's a car wreck, one of these batteries
and just starts eating the road away. It's nuts.
These batteries are incredibly toxic. They take conflict minerals to create, and we're creating a future where it is absolutely necessary to have them.
Have you seen the mines, the lithium mines? Have you seen what that looks like? Thousands upon thousands of people forced into these mines with sometimes nothing but a stick.
Yeah.
And they are just poking out lithium out of the ground. And the companies are okay with it.
Get it done.
They call it responsibly sourced.
Like farm fresh?
Right.
Man. Okay. So let's go over and check some of these out. Check some things out. There's a bus driver. And a bus driver in Charlotte, North Carolina. And, well, he had a rough day. And we're about to watch that.
I mean, I'd say he had the second roughest day out of the people involved.
Yeah. Yeah. He came out better than nobody. Yeah, you're right about that. So, this is a bus driver in North Carolina. And, well, here we go.
Breaking right now at 4 on Queen City News.
While it was still driving, the bus was still going.
Brand new video showing a shootout on a CATS bus between the driver and the passenger. CATS just releasing that video where, as you can see, multiple shots were fired with at least 2 shots near innocent bystanders.
Let's get right over to Queen City News reporter Will Lewis in the studio. So, Will, the video is wild, and it all started over the passenger asking to get off the bus between stops.
It sure did, Annie, and the bus driver declined. The passenger started yelling at one point and told the bus driver to touch him so he could claim self-defense. Now, this took place on May 18th, just after 11 in the morning near the Premium Outlet Mall. You see, 22-year-old Omari Tobias walked from the back of the bus to ask the bus driver to get off in between stops. The bus driver, identified as David Fullard by CATS, declines and an argument starts. When Fullard asked Tobias to stand behind the yellow line for safety reasons, you see Omari Tobias pull a gun from his pocket. Tobias steps back over the line and the 2 men start shooting at each other. David Fullard then gets out of the driver's seat, as you see right there, and that's when this confrontation continues.
Oh, shoot me! Yo, you tried to shoot me. Stick it back. You shot me. Ah! Open it up, bro. Stick it back. Now.
Yeah, and that bus operator, David Fuller, also shot one more time outside of the bus as Tobias was running away. To date, David Fuller has been terminated, but no criminal charges have been filed. Brian?
So apparently in North Carolina, it's
Here's the thing. They got the nerve to say the passenger. You cease to be the passenger when you pull your gun out. Now you are the armed criminal pointing a gun at a guy. Just the way that they say stuff on the news is unhomed, and it's like, come on, bro, call it what it is. Dude pulled a gun out and got himself shot the hell up.
Yeah.
But the bus driver.
Imagine thinking that though, right? How are you raised whenever you tell the bus driver, hey, can I get off right here? He says no, and you're like, I'm gonna pull the heat on this fool.
Right.
I'm gonna pull the heat on this fool.
And
Right.
didn't expect. And the bus driver gets fired for having heat on him. Now, if he didn't, how would this have gone?
I don't know. I mean, he probably would have pulled over and let the dude out.
And then
Right.
probably caught one in the leg on the way out too,
Maybe.
as an
Dude-
asshole tax.
Dude didn't seem like he was ready. He was ready. Homeboy didn't
No.
seem like he was ready. Because that fool got off quick. He didn't even think. He saw the banger and just started letting wah.
Hey, he crawled on his stomach. Old boy kept popping at him.
Hey,
Get off the bus. Bow.
you know what? These type of situations are gonna keep happening until the cops patrol the place. And I can see, you know, it makes you wonder. It makes you think about some of the laws that they create around guns. And they say, you know, oh, not everybody should have guns or the Second Amendment whenever they encroach on the Second Amendment. But look at some of this stuff. Look at this is how they can make these arguments against the Second Amendment. Because look at these dudes. And if no charges were filed, that means that nothing illegal happened. Well, I don't know. I guess the other dude, the dude who got hit, he's in the hospital, but he's going to jail. He's under arrest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the amount of time that something happens that involves a firearm, say one of these issues that happen in Walmarts and schools and stuff, the amount of time that lasts directly correlates with the amount of time it takes the second person to show up with the firearm. Right? So it'll go on for 20 minutes, but it took 20 minutes for the cop to get there or a citizen to pull one out and blow that dude away. You know, so to say it's a firearm problem is ridiculous because that's all that stops these fools too. You know, and you can't say it if there were none. I mean, hey, drugs are illegal. I can go find it down the street anywhere right now if I want it.
But I can say that man just let off a whole clip and could have hit numerous people in the middle of the city, right?
Well, they did say also that he let off rounds near bystanders. Well, if a dude's standing right next to you and you're firing that way,
yeah,
you're by the bystander, but it didn't put them in any danger. It wasn't at the bystanders. So you have to really listen to the words that these people say because
yeah, but then you have to qualify that this fool's some sort of marksman, right? That he's qualified to be marking people out in public, right?
I mean, at one point he's driving the bus and reaching back behind the screen and firing them, bro.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He probably been to the range.
Hey. He was very comfortable with what was going on. He even pulls the bus over nice and slow, puts it into gear. Yeah, bro. Like he didn't come to a screeching stop on the bus or nothing,
he
bro.
didn't
Just
freak
a
out or
nice.
nothing.
And then
freak out.
None of that, bro. He's wiping his eye off while he's
Oh, that's funny, dog. That's funny. I didn't think about it like that. He was like, oh, this motherfucker.
And then he yelled, "Get the hell out of here!" when he fired the last one at him. Get out of here.
Hey, homie, the South ain't no joke, dog.
He's had one or two in his hand for his whole life, bro. That dude knows what he was doing.
Yeah, the South ain't no joke, my homie. Real talk. That's funny. So everybody feels what it was. So you think it was let's see, sounds like the driver defended himself. That's what we call that, defense. I mean, I guess that's what the cops are calling it too, right?
I mean, the guy was armed. What are you supposed to do? If you can't shoot somebody who is armed and a threat to you, what are we even doing here?
Buses are something else, boy. But public transportation is something else.
In Las Vegas, you need to look up public transportation in Vegas. There is somebody gets sent to the upper room once a week in Las Vegas on a bus.
Really?
Oh boy, they like to do the hokey pokey on each other. Yeah.
Our train runs a couple people over every year. We got.
Oh, were those people pushed?
No, it doesn't seem like that. It's not like a New York City situation. It's usually like somebody running around out there. A lot of people trying to scrap stuff because there's good scrap You know what I mean?
I see.
In these bus yards. Yeah. You find people burnt up and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Self-defense. He says self-defense all day long. I mean, once you pull that thing, dude, I don't even know what he was thinking. Why would you pull that? It's like for a bus stop?
Listen, do you remember the first time you got your hands on one of those?
Yeah.
Do you remember the power that it made you feel?
No, it wasn't like that. I was a little kid. I had them whenever I was a little kid.
Me too. And there ain't no grown man in the world going to be talking shit to me when I got something like that on me. As a kid,
I wasn't like that.
That dude was a kid. You
I
could
wasn't
tell by the
raised
way
like
he was.
that. I was raised that they were for hunting. I wasn't raised that guns were to be used against people. I was raised by my best friend's dad was a military man, and he hunted and stuff like that. But no, God forbid you pointed one of those things at a person. It'd have been wrath of God come down on us if we'd have pointed one of them at a person.
Well, I don't know how much hunting's going down in Charlotte, North Carolina, but
yeah.
I mean, you saw the way he pulled it out. The way he pulled it out was feeble and meek.
Yeah.
You know,
he was kind of hiding it.
Yeah, he's doing this number with it. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, if you're gonna pull it, do it to the max, bro. Or keep that thing in your pants and get off the street a half a block up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that dude's completely out of line. It's wild. It's wild how the disparity you can see from the state of New York or the state of New Jersey, where they have a guarantee you have to flee. If you can run away, you have... The only way you can fight back in New York is basically like if you're trapped in a room and there's no way out of the room and someone is attacking you, then you can basically fight back until you get around them and then run away. There's a duty to flee, what they call a duty to flee.
Duty to flee.
Yeah.
See, I'm from Florida now.
Yeah.
Where we have a duty to stand our ground.
Yeah. It's nice, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. Huh?
Yeah. It's like on the games, bro. A free kill for sure. I'm AFK all day, bro.
Yeah.
Come through that door and see.
Florida man waiting for
I might skip over to you. Yeah, Florida man skips over to the guy who busted down his door, firing on him.
Man. So, do you think this has anything to do with, from what I can tell, there's a general disregard for authority altogether now? Like the children can't stand the teachers, right? They got nothing for them. Whenever I was growing up, you respect. I mean, I smart off a little bit, but generally, you did what they told you to do. They tell you to go to principal's office. You go to principal's office. These kids, they'll tell you fuck off. Now, when I was
on
their phone.
When I was in elementary school, I lived in the Mississippi Baptist Children's Home, all the way up to high school, basically, and they still would paddle us. And the home gave them permission for corporal punishment at the school for all of the kids that lived in the home, and we would get paddled.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and smart off. You know, Coach Goins, he was the coach, the PE coach.
Yeah.
He had two different types of paddles. One of them he had drilled holes in was fiberglass. Yeah. He whipped me and my brother so much that he stopped whipping us with it. He would just tell us to make noises and hit his foot because he had enough of beating us with that thing.
It wasn't working.
We weren't learning. We put tennis balls in the tailpipes of the buses. All types of stupid stuff. Didn't work. It didn't do nothing, but they caught us doing it.
You gotta see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Banana. Because the curved nature of the banana makes it, whenever you push it in, it squishes together.
Huh.
And that's what creates the airtight seal, is the curved nature of the banana.
Yeah, tennis ball didn't work at all. Mm-mm. You know, the exhaust pipe is this big and the tennis ball is this big. I don't know. We just thought we were doing something. Coach Goins, yeah. Good old Coach Goins, bro. And he'd tuck his lip in, talking shit. Yeah.
So, final topic I want to touch on is a YouTuber named Illuminaughtii. Now, you may not know who Illuminaughtii is, but I bet you whenever I show you her little icon, you're going to know who she is. Because she's been around a long time. And, well, Illuminati's got herself in some trouble, and she's basically given us a first-hand account about how to ruin your YouTube channel in about 2 weeks. She's lost about 150,000 subscribers, and the comments are just brutal.
But she still has 1.5 million subscribers and gets 400,000 views a month per video. So I do not feel bad for her.
Here we go.
Pretending nothing ever happened, after pretending she didn't do anything. So after a month of pretending nothing ever happened, after pretending she didn't, thinking we were the problem, she was completely innocent and we were all haters, Illuminaughtii, aka Blair, finally made a response to the drama that's been going on for about a month. And let me be completely honest with you guys, this is trash. This should have never left the draft. And before we get into this, I just want to say, if you end up enjoying this video, please consider subscribing. This won't be the last Illuminaughtii video, let's just be completely honest. With that said, let's just jump right into it. Blair says, hey everyone, I am fully...
Wrong one. Boom. I'm jumping the shark. Jumping the shark. Oh.
You know, she got 1 million views on her video take of them calling her what they call her.
She's an amazingly talented video editor.
Supporting me through it and talking me through some really hard times. I'm gonna miss all the fun things we used to do, eating way too much cheese.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. So there's two types of fat people in this world. The really sweet, gentle giants that you might blow a raspberry at if you step too close. Or the condescending grease beavers that make sure to go out of their way to not lose anything or control in a life predicament besides maybe a few pounds. There's honestly no in between. You either getting Totoro or Ursula out of these bitches, and unfortunately today's main target is practically a spitting image of her. Illuminaughtii, or other known as simply Blair, is a two-faced mentally deranged YouTuber that amassed over 1 billion subscribers for exposing major corporations or companies, calling them out for their horrible business practices, worker treatment, and just overall being shady, yet being one shady son of a bitch herself. Her content is the last thing that is really important out of this situation, but what I can tell you is that her videos work almost better than melatonin for sleep treatment. I can bet you if you play one of her videos in public, that shit would look like Kensington City with how many people would be nodding off. I mean, hell, one of her videos was about how Panera Bread freezes their bread, like anybody could give one luck of a fuck. This being 30 minutes, I would expect Panera to be skinning their employees alive and dumping cyanide into her salad. But how she even gained over 1 million subs with everything she reads being absolutely snorendous is beyond me or science to even understand. I would place bets that her videos is used as a form of torture in North Korea.
Who doesn't love a good mac and cheese? Imagine Who doesn't one with love a that good mac and cheese?
But the one funny thing she did say out of the whole Panera video, and presumably from just her whole entire life in general, was by accident, giving her stance on abuse at the workplace and mistreatment of employees.
The thing is, it's gross when any business thoughtlessly exploits their employees in this way, no matter who it is.
You know, Blair, I just couldn't agree more, which is why we're going to be covering the relentless lying, bullying, and abuse that you gave to people that you consider good friends and co-workers. One of them involving practically...
Stop that for a minute. This woman was has literally been one of the rising stars of YouTube for the last several years. She is amazingly talented. She worked with several other YouTube creators, several other big YouTube creators, and was part of groups, editing groups, and all kinds of stuff. She's been around for a while, and like a month ago, these videos wouldn't have been made. This is how quickly there was nothing like this before. There was a couple people in the past who had actually criticized her, but nothing like this, and they just kind of got brushed to the side. And now the whole internet, it's so bad right now. If you go look up Illuminaughtii, it will rank above. The videos criticizing her will actually rank above her. That's how bad this is getting, and it's really some dirtbag stuff going on. There's some accusations where, like, one of her friends had a note he had written about self-deletion, about deleting himself, taking himself out the game. She released this dude's self-deletion note. All kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of personal stuff. They took a bunch of pictures of her house. I guess her house is kind of nasty. One of the dudes was living with her, and her house was nasty. And dude took some pictures and like released nasty pictures of her house. It's getting really, they're getting really down in the gutter here.
So she's white trash beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? She's got a little bit of that seaside to her.
That's what the pictures look like.
With a capital C. You can see it in her eyes.
You could smell the picture.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you looked at the picture.
Oh, do we have that picture?
Yeah. Whenever we get back into this video, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we need to break that
Oh,
picture
here we go,
down.
right here. They're coming up right now.
Stealing their car and publicly airing out their private suicidal thoughts for all of the public to see. But I know you can barely even consider them workers on your payroll because you delay all their payments to buy more CSC cans off of Amazon that you can huff in your decrepit Section 8.
There's a nice picture.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta be honest, that's not the worst I've ever seen.
I mean, she does have a fitted sheet, so she's keeping it pinky out for sure.
Okay.
But what, I mean, is this her room every day? Is that what they're saying?
She's saying this isn't her room. She's saying this isn't her room. She's saying this was a guest room she moved some stuff into. He's saying bullshit. They're going back and forth. It's like I said, it's all kinds of nasty. She has been accused of abusing her coworkers, abusing her colleagues, just being like a super girl boss bitch, and just pitting people against people, creating fake accounts to a troll. She created an account, right? And then she went and made her own comment, was like, I think all the people that said the N-word in the past should have their channels taken down or something like that. Then she got over here on this fake account that she had, and she's like, oh yeah, VPS said the N-word over here. Here's a link to it.
What the hell?
She's nasty, dog. She's nasty. So she's ended up that it finally all came out because she accused the Legal Eagle. If anybody knows who the Legal Eagle is, the Legal Eagle is YouTube's lawyer. He's what they call YouTube's lawyer, and she accused him of stealing some of her editing styles. Right? Well, as it turns out, that was wrong. It was completely wrong. And she jumped the gun and made a video about it and accused him of it. And this the Legal Eagle is one of the nicest dudes you ever meet. You know what I mean? All he does is he just goes on YouTube and gives out legal advice, makes videos, give out legal advice. And she was just nasty from the start, you know? And
people do that.
Well, by the time she had made her attack video and been so nasty and then tried to retract it, the whole internet had turned on her. The whole YouTube had turned on her.
I got a guy that is copying my videos right now and using AI to generate new videos from my stories. And he's getting thousands of views off of it. Somebody pointed him out to me. It's called Fastlane TV.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it happens. People, it's the biggest form of flattery if people start copying your stuff. But to say that somebody owns an editing style is lame as hell. We're all using the same stuff to edit. You know, there's probably thousands of creators using VLLO. Now, if they start using VLLO to edit their videos will look similar to mine because it's the same software. You know, it's got nothing to do with how you cut a video up. It's your personality. If you start taking somebody's script and making a video like Fastlane TV, then that's different.
Well, there's been accusations of that too, but I don't. From what I could see from the accusations, they weren't super based. And she even said, she's like, there's a source in the thing. She did say the thing that it said in the documentary word for word, but she's like, yeah, I sourced it down below, and she did source it. So I didn't, but there has been accusations of that as well. But let's see. This is Oz Media. Tap in with Oz Media.
House in Skid Row, June Beatles doing needles on the floor ass fucking room of yours. Like, damn, bitch, you really live like this with a million subs? How much methamphetamine can a human consume? It looks like the Incredible Hulk just got done gamma bombing a bitch's cheeks out in this apartment. Bitch had me clutching my Febreze like I'm John Wayne seeing this damn monstrosity. But without any more blabbering, let's just get into the timeline of Blair's drama and what led her into becoming one of the most hated YouTubers on the site, getting double ratioed on her own apology, having videos exposing her come up in the search bar before her own channel, and dropping townships worth of subscribers on a daily basis. The first of the 7 plagues that caused this shitstorm to brew was Blair posting out a tweet a month back calling out another YouTuber that goes by the name of Legal Eagle, a licensed lawyer that works at a civil court, which I think is a very important thing to note, for having his editors somehow steal her style of content and leeching off her editing team to create their videos for Eagle, especially with the so-called evidence being a ripped up piece of construction paper and a fucking highlighter effect. A little damn doodle is somehow a criminal offense to this woman and a blatant act of plagiarism. Something that I've only seen 100 times.
Okay, so that's a ripped up paper. She's claiming this is her evidence, is that this paper, this ripped up paper effect and highlighting shit. That's it. Thinks, that's what she thinks her style is.
So this bitch just owns being able to highlight words on the internet now.
And ripped up paper.
That's her thing. I hate her already now.
That's what
now I really hate her. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt being another content creator, but all right. I'm on the anti-Illuminaughtii train now.
It's you know, and I like her videos. The honest truth is I do like her videos. I like her little style. She's got a cool little style, but it is what it is, man. It's not looking good. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's check this out.
Woman, a blatant act of plagiarism. Something that I've only seen 100 times in all the documentaries that were ever made. Google Docs have been on the wave for about a good 15 years, so you're gonna sue them for jacking your shit too? Or Vox that became so famous for it, there's YouTube tutorials out there showing how to do the so-called Vox effect. Like, you didn't invent the highlighter, bitch. The delusion to even believe for a second that you dragged your 5-pack of Vienna sausage fingers across your computer mouse to highlight a sentence and instantly flipped the desk over and thought this was the greatest thing since the invention of the microwave just goes to show how batshit crazy you are. It's a yellow border around some Trebucket font. You're not paving no path for the future with the content you do. Trust me, the past 3 weeks you practically solidified your tombstone on the platform. Here is the editor who Blair claims violently studied her every move to steal her content. Now, I'm not reading all that shit for the video, but in hindsight, Eagle's editor reached out to Blair on email and Discord, politely asking her for some plugin effects to use for their vids, showing quite the contrary to him having any hostility that Blair accused him of coming at him with, and simply asking people around for a simple plugin. Legal Eagle himself.
This is what initially happened is that they just asked for a plugin, and this is standard practice. And plugins are very easy. It's like a pre-built effect, right? So you can just put it in, similar to the thing at the beginning that I played that says Gangish, where it glitches out and says Gangish. That's a plugin where you just go in and type your name and everything. Somebody built it for me. Well, he was just asking. He saw a cool effect on her video and was like, hey, you know, can I get that effect? And that's what started all of this.
That's ridiculous. If my friends started doing the same thing as me or anybody else, even that fast lane, like I said, I don't give a shit because you can't do it like me. You know, I could do the same script as another person and kill it and they wouldn't. Yeah. It's got nothing to do. Effects are nice. Editing is a good thing. And it does mean the difference between being highly successful and not. But nobody owns the rights to be able to do something like highlight words or put a torn piece of paper at the top of the screen.
Well, she's going to give it a shot.
Would finally bust his way out the courtroom after sentencing 3 men to execution to move on for his off-duty fourth by responding to Blair directly with, "Hey Illuminaughtii, I think this is a big misunderstanding. Perhaps great minds think alike. No one on my team is trying to copy you. Without an exhaustive review of your channel, I believe we used those 2 styles before your channel did."
You're a fucking idiot.
So the guy that studied law for 12 years for a master's degree managed to gavel swing the gallstones out of her and made her immediately apologize for trying to trademark a piece of shredded paper. And furthermore, Eagle would display another screenshot that Blair purposely left out that displayed his editor not stirring any type of trouble by thanking everybody in there for the absolute zero help that they provided because even her fans talk like librarians. And to make matters worse, somebody responded with a video showing Blair ripping off other documentaries word for word and line by motherfucking line without making sure to skip a beat.
A man named Hugh
Hugh Freudenberg, a former immunologist who has been long controversial.
Professor Freudenberg has long been controversial.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit with the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic patients with blood products.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit involving the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic child patients with blood products.
Right from the soul where it always hits the.
That's the one I was talking about earlier. She did refute that claim. She's like, there's a source at the bottom. I did use that as a source. She did.
Okay, but even when you're using somebody as a source, like, come on. Word for word?
Yeah. And she should have said that according to.
It shows zero creativity.
Yeah.
I really do start to feel like this chick just blew up reading the news and using highlights.
She made her bones attacking the multi-level marketing people. That's what she's part of that community.
Okay, so the Lululemon ladies.
Yep. Yeah,
I
she
see.
Don't like them. She don't like them.
Hardest, Blair. Really love seeing you stick to your word of never watching other documentaries to influence your opinions. This whole entire drama was entirely unwarranted from the get-go, but it solved itself rather quickly and showed Blair's huge lack of emotional control. However, this would be like throwing a match into an erupting volcano, because this situation is what spiraled Blair from being somebody who might have made a small mistake throughout her career into crashing her career into a brick fucking wall. After all of this ended and it seemed like the whole entire ordeal would be over with, one of Blair's former friends and business partners by the name of Click came out with one of the Elder Scrolls worth of information detailing his last encounter he had with the group channel Sad Milk with Illuminaughtii and Illuminaughtii herself, which was her having some schizo attacks like Akira whenever he started hearing the bells or some shit and calls, and tasered her tonsils about how everybody but her is practically worthless. And due to their boss telling them to go fuck themselves silly, Click and many other members decided to leave the group and Sad Milk together as a whole. Click would go on to explain how Blair was a sadistic puppet master that would throw other people under the bus to make herself look good, including making up lies about how the group ended on her Twitter and Reddit, deleting any comments that didn't welcome a dick in their open mouth about Blair being the most amazing, wacky, incredible combustion, a giggly, fun person out there, and other comments that were supportive of other members in the group other than her, such as Click himself.
She did do all this shit from what I've looked into. I looked into all that. She's guilty of all that shit.
Is this her talking right here? What's that say?
No, this is for somebody talking about her. He said, for example, some people left comments on the collaboration channel. Good that Click left. They obviously got ratioed hard as people were there for the creators. She would manually go in and delete the ratioing comments, but leave the original hate comment. And do you see how they're spelling ratio? They're doing that because she's removed the word ratio from her, so that you can't use the word ratio. She's a big fan of that too. She nixes words so that you can't use them in her Discord or in her, she's wild. Homie, this woman's something else.
Do you know how many words are blocked? Because we're able to block any words that we like, and they'll never show up. YouTube will absolutely not let you comment if you put one of those words into a sentence. The only thing blocked on my channel is my home address. I don't even block my own real name. Just my home address, so that nobody can ever come on my channel and openly dox me and my family, my daughter, on my channel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Makes sense.
I'm actually taking away the whole hold comments period on my channel. You know, and very rarely will I ever not let somebody speak in my comments. I get hate all. Wes Watson has sent the army after me. I mean, these dudes are coming from, and there's still at least 20 comments a week about how Wes Watson is a god and I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I just let him ride. I used to make funny videos about him.
Yeah.
But I don't have 1.5 million subs either. But obviously she can't take the heat. And that's the biggest problem. And she is quite a bit of a sea unt.
Well, she's taken, she's she's still making videos. She's still putting out videos. She tried to respond to it. I think she should have just ignored it. Just ignored it completely and took the loss. But she keeps coming back. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And she put out a, here, now we're going to jump over to Twitter and we're going to look at her response. Because she put out a response.
Does she ever put anybody on?
She's been around. Yeah, she's been instrumental in helping some people and stuff like that. Yeah, she has. With that, but it seems like everything she gets a hold of, she has to like control it. She's super controlling, is what it looks like. So right here, these are from, let's see, May 26th, May 26th. Let's see. So these are from 2 days ago. I am fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously, and I am committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately. That doesn't even mean anything. Thank you to those who are standing by me during this challenging time. I will not allow these false allegations to be weaponized as a way to silence my voice. I appreciate your patience and understanding during this challenging time. I am dedicated to upholding my channel's values and delivering on our commitments. What? This doesn't even mean anything.
I bet she plagiarized that too.
Yeah. Somebody said that they ran all these through chat GPT-0, and GPT-0 is for identifying if chat GPT has been used, if an AI generator has been used, and they said they ran all these through it, and all of these were generated by AI.
So she chat GPT'd her apology. Yeah. Oh, she's a winner.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I was going to save that to the end, but you just brought it up. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
See right here, this is from a month ago when it all started. Although I have apologized privately, I would like to do so now publicly. Sorry for making editing style claims that were inaccurate. I jumped the gun, thought hastily, and should have messaged privately to hash things out. And see, it would have went away from that because legal Eagle isn't going after her at all. He would have let it go. It's not her. It's all the people that she's mistreated in the past. That's who's coming up now. These are all people that have moved on to other things. They don't even work with her anymore. It's not the people that she works with now. It's all the people from her past are coming out and attacking her.
Right. So it's like Ellen DeGeneres for YouTube.
Yup, pretty much. That's exactly what it is. She's Ellen DeGeneres, dog.
Yeah. Where everybody loves her and they think that she's the greatest of all time. But in the background, she's just mistreating everybody.
Yup.
Huh.
That might go on the thumbnail. Ellen and Illuminaughtii.
There you go.
She's not going anywhere. She's still got 1.5 million subs. We'll see how much she's bled. 150,000 in a month.
I mean, at 1.5 million. Let me get 1.5 million subs.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm shooting for 100K.
100K.
Yeah.
That's doable,
Yeah.
bro.
I just want the plaque. And then after that, then I'll set my sight on something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I guess maybe I need to talk about Panera Bread and how awful they are. I just don't even understand that.
I kind of like Panera Bread, though. It's not bad.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear. Every job is horrible. Everywhere you've ever worked is a horrible place.
Pretty much.
That's the nature of it.
It's not fun working for people. It's work. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I made pizzas for Round Table Pizza when I was 18 for like $4 an hour.
Yeah.
That was a shit job. It was a terrible job.
Good pizza, dog. Round Table made good pizza.
Yeah, we robbed a safe and stole all the cakes and got everybody fired.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was a terrible job.
Yeah.
But they did serve beer, so we were always drunk. I mean, there's that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I hate this lady, though. I can tell you that much right now. Already hate her.
Well, a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of people have crawled out the dark to feel the same way. I almost feel like we need to do a lolcow edition.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they're out there. We got Cyrax, we got Dub, we got old boy that gets drunk that makes the wands.
White Bowser, do you know the White Bowser yet? He's an interesting one too. Then there's Tony. You don't know who Tony is? Tony's the admitted PDF file that trolls Cyrax. He's the
one who beat Cyrax up.
No, he's the one in a wheelchair.
Oh, hold on.
He's in a wheelchair like this, dog. And he his shtick is he's like, I admit I'm a PDF file, but Cyrax is one too, and he needs to admit it too.
Wow.
And he's in a wheelchair.
Bro, that just went.
YouTube ain't no joke, dog.
You're going to need to send me links to all of these. Because obviously it's your guilty pleasure is to watch locals.
Hey, homie. I'm telling you.
I've been staying away from our own personal
Tony the
locale.
Black Dragon, that is what it is. Tony the Black Dragon. Yep.
Oh my God. He's like, I'm not taking the heat alone.
Yeah. He said, you are a PDF file. He went all crazy on him, dog, on the thing. He was getting all loked on him. It was funny, dog.
Pull it up, man. Come on.
Let's see.
Let's
see.
do a little teaser for Wednesday.
Cyrax and Tony. Let me see if I can find Cyrax and Tony.
We could talk a whole hour on just locales.
Yeah. I think we need to do one.
I'm down, bro. That'd be fun.
Cyrax and Tony. Pedo.
And thank you, everybody who's been here, too. Miss Thang, Miss B, Anna, Mike D. What's up, Mike D? I need to call you after this is over. Big Weavy and Brandon.
All right.
See, these are our real, and Martha, these are our real ones. Mark's in here, Gary, and Conrad with the stories.
I'm telling you, Conrad got stories, homie.
Hey, and just listening to him, like, you got to do more on Conrad. He's got to slow down those stories and literally tell the story. You know?
I want him to get his channel going so we can have another channel, another Denver channel. You see, there's Denver cats all over the place, homie. There's
Yeah.
Cuz, and then what's called Savage, Sevloke. You know what I mean? There's Denver channels pop Mile High Minute. Let's see. Let's get a little sneak peek.
What are your thoughts on what Cyrax has to say here? This is the first time I'm seeing this myself.
Okay. I've said this thousands of times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That whole pedophile shit was a long time ago. Okay? You know,
4 months.
I'm tired of being accused of being a pedophile. Yes, I did admit of taking that picture at the mall. Okay? I will admit that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But me being a pedophile? No.
Well, Tony, I got some bad news for you, sir.
What?
Already.
I got some really bad news for you right now. Cyrax is alive.
Oh, no. He's live.
Well, the title is...
Oh, wow. You see that?
Cyrax, listen here, you son of a bitch. That was a long time ago. That was in 2012 to 2013, motherfucker. Yes, I will admit, I did take a picture, but that was it. And I didn't keep the picture
Tony.
like
Tony,
for months. I deleted it right away.
Calm down, Tony. Calm down.
Tony, let's see what he's got to say. Let's see what he's got to say.
I mean, like, for real. Tony, you ain't no black dragon, boy.
Bullshit, I am, motherfucker. I speak in tongues. It's called Aramaic. Look it up, Cyrax. It is an ancient form of demons.
Damn.
Black dragon, boy.
Oh, he's zipping around.
And you're the dragon bitch.
Oh.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
You're a fucking
You want to fuck with me, Cyrax?
Again, Marty, run that back real quick.
Don't say a word about Tony, Cyrax, or I will be coming after you, motherfucker. I will.
This is a constant battle between PDF files.
Where does Cyrax go live?
That's his. I think that's his bedroom. I think.
No. where can I subscribe to Cyrax and watch this dude on a live?
He usually gets, what he does is he jumps on other people's stuff. Other people get on their channels and talk crazy and start streaming, and then he shows up on theirs. So you need to find William Glory Hole. You need to find Music Biz Marty.
Cyrax actually came after me in Martha. What's the other Vegas channel? And they said that it was Cyrax. I was like, who the fuck is that? He's like, fuck you. Area Warriors suck. You're nobody. And then he started end drop. Inward, inward, inward. What's the other Vegas dude? I was like, who the fuck is this idiot? They're like, oh, he's just he's like a juggalo or something. I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, it's Cyrax. I was like, let him back up. I'm going to go. What's the other Vegas channel, Martha? She's probably over there right now.
Come
Vegas
after
Valley
Sally Wilkins if I have to. I will go after Sally Wilkins' family if I have to.
That's his grandma. He's threatening his grandma right now.
Wow.
I will go through her uncle.
This guy's in a wheelchair. He can't get out of his wheelchair.
I will go through her aunt. I will go through anybody if you run your mouth against Tony.
Like, for real, Tony.
Now, Cyrax Chance Wilkins, do not. I repeat, do not disrespect my authority on this.
I need Cyrax yelling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
This is so stupid that Tony doesn't even realize that they're just playing back a video. They just keep rewinding a video and playing a video.
And they're saying that he's live?
Yeah, and Tony thinks he's live. They just that's why they keep rewinding the video.
Brandon, can you go to Vegas Valley Community Watch and see if that live is still up? I believe it was not the last one, but maybe the second to the last one I ever went on with him, or the third from the last.
You went on a live stream with him?
No, I was on with another dude, and they said that whoever it was I'm pretty sure they said Cyrax, and it sounds like this dude with his voice, and he was going off on me about the A-dubs.
Nice.
Yeah. You're not Aryan Warrior. I'm an Aryan Warrior type deal. I was like, what the hell?
That's what he said.
Yeah. We kill them. We're juggalos, and we kill Aryan Warrior. You're nobody. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, retard.
Let's see.
Marty, Schmeckle, and Tyler, you have gone too far. And I mean too fucking far. It's one thing to attack me. It's one thing to troll me. Alright? It's one thing to make a ha-ha joke, very fucking funny. Oh, we had your shit, blah, blah, funny shit. It's one thing to do that. But to leave a goddamn knife with a note on my girlfriend's doorstep? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking stupid? Like, dude, back off.
This ain't even rage. This ain't no rage, Cyrax.
Motherfucker, you're not. Marty, you're fucking with people's lives with lies. You're toying with danger. What you're doing is gonna get someone hurt, if not killed. So, Marty, I am making this warning to you right now. I am making this warning to you right now, and to you, Schmeckle, and to you, Tyler. all three of you are gonna back off, or I will come up there and I will kill all three of you. I will murder all three of you sick fucks, and I'll have every right to do so. You wanna know why? Because what you did is a death threat. What you did is a death threat and a warning. So I'm warning you right now. Stay away, or I will kill all three of you. I'm not playing. You fuck with me? Fine. You put a knife on my girlfriend's doorstep? We got problems. This isn't a game. This is not okay.
So one of those dudes is called Schmeckle.
Oh shit.
He said, and you and Schmeckle. God, I'm looking to see. I'll have to go through all of his videos.
I still got more videos coming out of that one, Conrad. That was just the first one I wanted to put out. Yeah.
So Wednesday, we'll just do a whole locale.
Yup.
We'll get greasy with it, bro.
I think Brittany Venti's a low cow. I think she's just a hot low cow. Because she just goes on there and says, she's just a hot, ironic low cow.
She said something, I think you're the one who sent it to me, where something about beautiful girls should never have to work or I don't know.
Yeah, she says shit like that a lot.
Something about sucking dick.
Not having to work if they suck dick or something.
Yeah, some shit like, I don't know, bro. I was like, that better be a hell of a blowjob.
He needs to be in pro wrestling. She said, do not ask me to watch that dude. Now, we're going to get a whole bunch of them. We're going to get the White Bowser. We're going to get Cyrax. We'll get a bunch of people. We'll get Brittany Venti.
I'm down.
Yeah. There's a couple different people, man. There's some weird people out there. You know?
There's Dub.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dub does go crazy.
Psycho. Everybody's a predator.
I wonder if Plug has any of those, any good cuts. You know what I mean? Of Dub really
I still have a open to talk to Plug in the, you know.
Yeah.
Like I didn't completely close Plug out like I did AZ and Ronnie. I still left the door open on IG for us to be able to talk.
Yeah.
So I bet he's got all that. I know Tony does 100%.
Yeah, we just need some clips of Dub going crazy. I think I have one downstairs. One of the first times he was going crazy, I was like, I'm going to record this just to see what happened. I wanted to see where it went. But it wasn't all that great. It was like,
we'll go through some of Tony's lives that are titled for Dub. Tony keeps on Dub pretty good. And I know for a fact Tony would not mind, because I just did a short and it was all Tony singing a song, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, thank you, you know? So.
Yeah. Publish that song. Anyway, I think that's probably it for tonight. See all AI right. Wheezy on TikTok daily. AI Wheezy, Al Wheezy. Oh, my dog's tripping. Anyway, I think that's it for Culture War Vultures.
All right, brother.
Till we go to the locale edition. We'll go to the locale edition. And,
we can do it whenever, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have so much going on with the motorcycle stuff that I'm not even I'm half-ass working on the video that I'm doing, but I have interviews still to put up. I have a new pow incident that happened yesterday that somebody got a hold of me in the background, laid out everything for me. So I have enough.
Information's going to keep coming in about that. That's going to keep updating.
100%. I woke up and made 3 phone calls and I had the entire rundown and pictures of the crime scene and everything.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty crazy. And the other MC channels, bro, they're like showing me love too.
Nice.
They're like, hey, this is, I don't know how, but this is the guy that just ends up with this information. I'm like, I don't know how either, but I'll secure it, man.
Nice. That's dope.
It is. It's cool because it shows a level of trust,
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, your channel's killing it, my homie. That's dope.
I want this one to kill it just the same.
I think it will.
I think this one's going to be bigger than mine.
It's growing just fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's growing just fine. So, all right, everybody. I will see everybody Wednesday. I'll probably be live tomorrow night, my damn self. But until Wednesday, Culture War of Ultras signing off. Later. GT Gibbs, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up, everybody.